Alrighty, welcome the CoinStack community. I hope you guys are having a lovely week thus far, and I hope your Friday is a relaxing one as we approach the weekend and obviously get to escape from our day 9 to 5, or if you're lucky enough, just a day of life. Like I promised, today I have Repo with me, and this is gonna be a post recording versus the first two calls that were live calls. So there's gonna be a lot more details in this one regarding in-depth breakdowns and just more of our personal thoughts as we go through the topics. Um, Relating to where we are in the project, I always like to give progress reports, and these are what these videos serve as a archive to pretty much keep track of our progress as we come out of the situation that resulted post merger and post removal of the team and the foundation that made up that merger, and move into a more uh, volunteer slash small team based off community input, offerings, and then just a select hand guys besides myself that are looking to make something out of the token. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to start with a couple items that I feel like are important. First being, what is CoinStack, or what are we trying to build, better said. So CoinStack is just a name. It doesn't have any value onto its own. But what we build and what we foster as we build does have value. And the more that we obviously build around our first set of IPs, around the community input, and what you guys give us as feedback regarding what we're building, how we're building it, and the creature comforts that come with them, is going to pretty much determine in the long term if we're a success or not. So the first thing I want to share is, let me see if I can share my desktop. Awesome, I can. Is a diagram showcasing what we are about. So let me make this full screen so it make it look easier for you guys to see. So we're gonna rename ourselves, at least in code and on the IP side of things, the WeHub Network. We representing the people, Hub being a central point, which is kind of keeping in theme with the general idea that myself and many community members backed, opinion-wise, when I mentioned creating a communication platform for those who have been either disenfranchised or have had some sort of censorship happen to them on the major big tech platforms. Think Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, so on and so forth. So WeHub is that platform. The actual network itself comprises of multiple elements that we believe are going to make the network more profitable for us, being the token holders or the digital asset holders. But more importantly, it's going to add value because we can stem off to a lot of different highways, for lack of better words, and take a different route. If one doesn't do as great as the other, we can fall back and divert energy towards another avenue. So going clockwise, we have the WeHub Biz Chat, which pretty much is going to be a crypto or crypto eyes, made up word, but follow with me, version of Slack slash LinkedIn. Um, the idea is as cryptocurrency becomes more popular and integrated into businesses, be it on a just a fundamental um, way like payment processing, receiving payments in said currency, or on a more advanced level like running the logistics, data storage, security. If it's a big firm, we want to have a opportunity for individuals to meet up with other businesses and create networks similar to LinkedIn and connections also similar to LinkedIn. But also for those who are solely based on the blockchain, they want to talk blockchain related stuff, and they don't really care about price action or market cap evaluations. They want to meet with other like-minded individuals that are looking to build. This will serve as, again, some sort of connection or a hub for devs to come together, share their work, create, team up, so on and so forth. And following clockwise, WeHub gigs, similar to Fiverr, we want to make this a situation where those who are already freelance workers that have services they would like to volunteer or obviously offer to those that are in need of a particular set of skill sets, they can go to the marketplace and find if they're looking for a UI designer, a coder, something simple as painting, a plumber, a mechanic. This should just be another avenue for people to connect, share their skill sets, and get paid for that. So we're not looking to take away from any other idea that's floating around like a crypto fiber. We're not looking to innovate. We're just looking to add, another means to connect. Because again, people are being removed off platform. They're being deplatformed for their opinions, their political opinions, their religious opinions, how they carry themselves in their life. A lot of things are being attacked right now, both in and out the United States. So having a means to find someone to provide your skill set for work so that you can obviously get paid and make a living, to me is very important. And this is just another way for us to increase our ability to go and um, branch off to items that crypto can involve itself, but also help. The WeHub market is actually a throwback to a previous uh, IP that was being developed in the Kubo ecosystem. Think eBay, think Amazon, just a marketplace for vendors and merchants to offer their items so that they can make, again, some money based upon things they create or things they bring to the market or things that they have affiliate links to other items. They just want another platform to sell their product, service, or affiliation to. Again, just to make ourselves more uh, available in multiple areas and broaden our horizons to what we can ingather in regards to people, and allowing our community members and those that join us as we grow or as we meet through connections on other platforms that we either build or connect with through partnership to go and obviously be with us. So the marketplace, similar to the biz chat and the gigs, are just another means of connection. WeHub Exchange is exactly what it sounds like. It's an exchange, similar to the decks that we have on the website, our main website, and similar to Exchange that Repo will be speaking about on his turn. Same idea. Cryptocurrency, you want to trade, we want to trade, there's another place to do it. WeHub Date is an extension of the previous social interacting dating application that was already put together. Um, we're gonna obviously reinvent that, for lack of better words, and repurpose it. But again, it is going to be an opportunity for people to socialize, mingle, and online date on a certain capacity. And it already has mobile support for Android and Apple. We have a great developer that Repo made connections with to have that put together for us. WeHub Crypto is going to be a blog slash information forum where people can go to our site, and if they're completely novice or virgin to the crypto space, it could be like an archive for them to get caught up with everything crypto. And for the more advanced technical users, it's going to act as a repository for GitHubs and other IPs and libraries of IPs that myself, Repo, and anyone who volunteers on the team will just throw in there, and you guys can use it as a ongoing reference list. But it's going to be on the platform for people to go and obviously view 24/7. WeHub crowdfunding is exactly what it sounds like. It's a crowdfunding platform for both people in and out of crypto, and it's also again a throwback to an IP that was being built for the Kubo ecosystem, where those who have an idea, they want funding that's not just fiat through the typical channels, which is typically GoFundMe or crowdsource. This is another way for us to provide that medium for those who are designed to do that. And again, it will accept both fiat and crypto. And a good thing is, instead of having a third party validate and take a huge percentage of what is being crowdfunded, this is completely decentralized. And then the last item is the WeHub chat. This is actually a brainchild of Repo. It's going to function the same way Telegram and um, WhatsApp works, in the sense of it's going to be a private end-to-end encryption communication platform focused more on the mobile users versus the desktop user, but it's going to be a means for people to chat uninterrupted and with security anywhere across the world. And it's just, again, another means for us to branch off and make connections. So that's the diagram and what we're looking to do. So I'm going to close this out right here. The next item I want to show you guys, and Repo will give more details, is like I told you guys this past week, we had broke the 10,000 blocks for our new chain that's built on substrate. Repo will give more details about it, but I just wanted to show the first initial blocks. I think it's important to note the Genesis block. That's probably the most important block outside of, you know, when you hit certain users on your network. So just one thing I want to show you guys. And then following the same line, this is the latest update code that I have. Repo has more, but just the last file I was able to grab. I'm gonna have this as a background while I communicate my last talking points. This week, I had a great time communicating with two individuals. One's a partnership that I believe will help us grow as a community, but more importantly, as developers. And then the second one is more of a brand awareness asset. So I'll start with the first one. So I met a business owner here in the South Miami area that reached out to me and wanted to have myself and Repo and a new gang of guys put together a cryptocurrency for him because he wants to start his own local fan gambling platform. So people that are fans of the local sports clubs here in the South Miami area, high school, college, and amateur, can go and pretty much support their teams and bet similar to the bigger established platforms bet for the professional teams and the five major sports here in the United States. After having a great conversation with the individual, he likes the energy, likes where we're going, and he and his network, he has his own platform. We did not touch that. We're just providing the crypto side of it via support for the actual code development for the token, and then obviously continuous support in regards to distribution of said coin to their affiliates and users. They'll be one of the first people that will be driving traffic to our chain and generating transactions, which obviously generates interest because we'll have users using our chain and obviously giving us more utility, which at the end of the day, if you're not being used, you're useless. The second call I had these was great one was actually via Amy, who's one of our volunteers. I mentioned her last call, awesome woman. She also put that diagram I showed you guys together. So hats off to Amy. She connected me with a personal friend of hers, also funny enough, from the Florida region. And she's well connected on the alternative news media outlets and has a lot of people that are pretty much into fintech. And this would be a great way for us to promote our brand. They're looking for a lot of projects that are obviously entering the space right now, up and upcoming, the new hot thing, pretty much anything that makes buzz news. That's the type of crowd they're looking to obviously give a platform to go and advertise. And she's well connected and she's willing to sponsor us in that regard. Very well educated, knows what she's talking about, and I believe it's going to allow us to have a medium to prosper once we have things rolling. People already signed up and using it, and we can obviously present ourselves in a fair light to obviously garner attention from those who would not normally see us because they're not on Discord, Telegram, and crypto Twitter. So with that, I'm going to pass the baton to Repo and obviously let him do his Repo, the floor is yours.
All right. Can you go ahead and make me host?
Yes, I will. All right, your host, brother.
Let me go ahead and share my screen. All right. Do you see it?
Yes, I see it.
Okay. This is the actual chain moving right here. This is the substrate. It's when I first looked at it, I fell in love with it because I was more going towards Ethereum fork and using theirs, and looked at Binance chain and it just didn't sit right. Didn't really want to act right. And I found this. This has tons of support for it. It also has very, very detailed documentation to even start your chain. It has it where you, if you want to run tokens on your chain, You could basically do anything with this. They also have a Ethereum bridge, so you could bridge your blockchain with Ethereum, so you can move back and forth between your chain and Ethereum. They are also currently working on a Bitcoin bridge also. If you've heard of Polkadot, the ticker is DOT. This is what they are based off. They started on Substrate and then moved off of Substrate into their own. But this was their framework, is Substrate. And DOT is pretty much doing what I wanted to do back in 2016, 2017. But this is based off of Rust and Node.js. The back end here is Rust. And for the front end, is this right here. This is Node.js. I was messing with the Windows. Is super easy to even work on Windows. It's a cross-platform, so you don't need to download any pre-compiled wallets or anything like that. Very little command lines for Windows, and same with Mac. As you can see right here, this is just a template for the front end. You use any type of browser. Right now, we started this on the 24th, and we're at 15,000 blocks already. Not a lot of stuff has been renamed as of right now, but this is just some test wallets with some test coins in it. Right now, the decimal point set at 18, and you could send basically just right here, that equals 1 coin. So it'd be 1 and then 18 zeros. I'll plan on changing this right here. I haven't decided exactly what you want to do. Also with this front end wallet here, you could, if you want your own palette, basically additional code that you made yourself, you could push this and run it on our chain. Say you wanted to make a collectible or sell. Yeah,
for those who are Ethereum based.
Yeah. Also, a lot of dApps that run on Ethereum can run on our chain with little to no modification to their dApp. They could run games, anything, basically. I found this framework to be super universal. I'm talking about, you could do, if you could dream it up and you could write it, you could do it. They even made a Zcash off of this, a Rust Zcash, which is pretty cool. So,
I don't know if you mentioned it, but just to mention it, it also supports side chains for those who would decide they want to make a token off our chain. So we would still get the traffic similar to a token on the Ethereum chain. But let's say you wanted to run off your own chain off our main chain to go do whatever you desire in your own ecosystem. You can take what we built and literally copy and paste it, very similar to the Ethereum side of things, and make it super easy for you to start up your own item so that you don't have to wait on like a third-party developer. You can copy and paste.
Oh yeah. And also, if we had to push any update, we could push it live without having to really do any major code pushing. We could push it live. So, and that comes in handy, especially when you need to do any hot fixes or anything like that.
Or dealing with exchanges, which is a concern that those who've been part of the communities of any crypto know that some of the maintenance fees that these exchanges charge you for, a fix or an update or a wallet swap, it can vary from as little as $100 to a whole Bitcoin. It's very wide the range. So being able to do it in real time makes it easier for not only us, the developers, but it makes it easier for you, the end user, to get up-to-date, bug-free, or as bug-free as one can make a wallet, and not have to worry about having to do 1,001 steps to get to the new wallet framework.
And so far, what I've been reading, this framework is one of the fastest that I've seen. So once you get a large enough network, I don't think anything can beat this framework, as in TPS.
Gotcha.
So when it comes to real world type of stuff, and you want your money then and now, this is going to do it.
Do you tell them what currently the TPS is, more or less on average, that we've been seeing and testing?
So our current block time right now, it varies between 6 seconds. The highest I've seen it was 12 seconds for the block time. And for other ones, I've seen it a little bit faster. I've also seen it a little bit slower.
So just to give you guys a reference, you need 3 blocks to fully confirm. So let's say between 6 and 12, let's say 8 or 9, that's a better math. It would take you 27 seconds to fully confirm. So half a minute. So if anyone's ever used any blockchain of the major networks, you know that's almost as fast as the Lightning Network or Litecoin, pretty much, if not faster.
Yeah, exactly. And this is a little bit of a learning curve, especially going from your C++ base, PIVX and Bitcoin, stuff like that. And then going to this Rust or even going to the Go language when I was looking at the Ethereum forks. And what I found was that this was a lot easier to deal with. And plus, it has the community here for this framework is phenomenal.
Yep.
They will help you with anything and everything. It doesn't matter if it's even related to their project. As long as it's substrate related, they're willing to help. And the community is it's awesome. And they are willing to help. And unlike a lot of other projects or even Ethereum, Go language, they want to keep everything to themselves, and you have to dig, and then it's still wrong or is severely outdated by many years, and that stuff is no longer working. So, and I really liked it, so I decided to try to give this a go, and so far it's holding up pretty well.
The only thing I will add to this, if we're going to keep doing some more tests to make sure, obviously, it continues to prove itself to be stable and secure. If things plan out for those who have been talking about swaps and where are we and what's the next step, most likely we're just going to hop right into this chain. Those who already got their coins, I will obviously make a form for you guys so that I can get your correct accredited account amount. And for those who I haven't swapped yet, I have your file still. I'll just swap you directly into this chain. And if the Ethereum chain, obviously with this not new, but this rollout that they're doing with 2.0 code, obviously works itself out and the fees dramatically reduce, we still have CST that we can use. If not, we just keep running on this new chain that obviously gives us the same capabilities and abilities to do what we need to do within our own ecosystem. So we're not hindered in any way. We're not abandoning in any way. We just want to make sure that we have our ducks in a row and we can actually operate as a tradable asset without having to worry about gas fees at the moment. Because I don't know if you guys saw, but it was tipping over $30 earlier this week. So I think this is like substantially cheaper. Reaper, I don't know if you ever give me a number, but I think you said it was like less than a cent or like pennies at most.
Oh yeah, less than a cent.
So they go from $30 to, let's say, just be generous, a cent. It's not even a fair comparisons. So with that, I do want to end this call. I hope you guys appreciate all the information myself and Rico was able to provide you in this call. A little bit of like I did last time, a video postscript. There is an exchange that myself, Repo, and the volunteers have looked at. Thanks to Marcus from the Netherlands, awesome guy. He recommended it to me. They are looking for a relatively cheap listing price. I will post the link to that exchange in the chat, and you guys let me know if you guys want me to. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't have the listing fee money right here, right now, but I will try to get to it as fast as possible and I do a little bit of crowdsourcing among the volunteers. But if you guys like it, that would be an exchange we can list on. The UI is pretty good. It's pretty clean, easy to use, easy to navigate for those who didn't like Uniswap, which I understand was very confusing. And it gives us another exchange that's not Patriot Exchange, which I know is open and available, but trade's still not active yet. This is active. It has a track history that's pretty solid, and everyone I've shown that has looked into it likes it. So feedback from you guys would be highly valued and appreciated. And then number two, as we're rolling out these platforms, biggest thing that we're going to need from you guys is support in the beta testing. So if you want to volunteer and help us, find bugs, or if you know how to code and you want to help commit lines of code to make the process go faster, again, greatly appreciated. But if nothing else, just obviously keep positive, keep supporting us so we can support you. With that, I hope you guys have a great Friday afternoon or Saturday morning, depending where you are in the world. A great weekend. Stay blessed, stay humble, and until next time. Anything from you, Rebo?
I'm good, man. Everybody have a blessed weekend. Be safe out there.
Awesome. Well, with that, we sign off, and until next time, you guys take care.